Hey y'all, welcome back to another tutorial. Today we're going to be doing this beanie, this designer luxury inspired beanie hat. Fairly simple and repetitive. Let's get started. Okay, so you're going to need your 4.0 hook. I recommend this one for stitch purposes. A pair of scissors, a tapestry needle, of course, and some yarn. This is a weight 4. And the most important thing, our beautiful, blessed hands, of course. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is create a slip knot where you're going to take your yarn, wrap it around, and pull that through the loop. I'll do it one more time. You're going to take that yarn, wrap it around your finger, cross it over, and pull that loop through the other one. And you can slow this part down too, if need be. Okay, and now we're going to chain up 52 chains, where you're going to wrap around, pull through, wrap around, pull through, wrap around, pull through.
I think I'll do a wraparound.
And that's your chain stitch. We're going to do 52 of these. You can do more or less, but I just recommend 52 because this hat is typically longer. You could fold it twice, fisherman style, wear it tall. Okay, now you're going to insert your first half double crochet in that third chain from the hook. There's 1, there's 2, and then insert your first half double crochet in that third chain. With the half double crochet, you wrap around, insert your hook, pull up the first loop, wrap around, pull through all 3. Wrap around, insert your hook in that chain, pull up a loop, wrap around, pull through all 3. You're going to do 45 half double crochets, and then you'll have 5 chains left over where we'll do 5 single crochets. So 45 half double crochets, and then I'll meet y'all back in our last 5 chains. It'll all make sense in just a few seconds. Okay, now we're down to our last 5 chains. So what you're going to do is insert a single crochet in each chain stitch. So you're going to insert your hook, pull up a loop, wrap around, pull through 2, and that's your first single crochet. And you'll do the same in the last 4 stitches. Insert your hook, pull up a loop, wrap your yarn around, pull through 2. Okay, and now we're all done with row 1, and this is how it should look. There's no right or wrong way with how it should look, but it should look something like this. And now we're going to start row 2. So you're going to chain 1, turn your work, and we're working in the back loops only from now on. Back loops only. So it'll be not that front loop, but that back loop right there. That's where we're going to insert our hook and create our first single crochet. And then you're going to do 5 of them. Same thing that we did coming up. That's your 3rd single crochet, your 4th single crochet, and your 5th single crochet. And now we're just going to do our 45 half double crochets down the row. And I'm going to speed this up and just meet you guys at the end of row 2. Okay, and now we're coming up to the end of row 2 where we're doing our last few half double crochet stitches. Y'all, I did this video on my dressing table. If y'all think it was something special, it wasn't. You gotta use what you got. Okay. Okay, now we're all done with row 2. Oh yeah, okay, make sure you're going in that last stitch as well, y'all. A good way to make sure is to check your stitch count. It should be 50 stitches on each row. So we're going to chain 1, turn our work, and do the same thing, 45 half double crochets in the back loops only, and 5 single crochets to end the row. All right, and we're at our last 5 stitches, so we're going to do the same thing. Insert 5 single crochets to end the row in the back loops only. Make sure you're going in the back loops only. It creates that knit-like look. Okay, now we're coming up on that last single crochet of the 3rd row, and it should look something like this. Now you're just going to chain 1 and do the same pattern. You're going to do the 5 single crochets and then 45 half double crochets to end the row. And yeah, y'all, that's the pattern. In total, I did 55 rows. So since I did 3 rows here, I'll have 52 more rows to complete it, and I'll come back when I'm done. Okay, now I have 55 rows. Don't worry about that little snag there. I had to attach some more yarn. But I have 55. And now you're going to take your measuring tape and test it out before you close it. It should stretch to about the circumference of your head size. So I wanted to do 23 inches. And looks like there's a little bit more tension than I would have hoped. So I'm actually going to do an extra row. So feel free to do more or less. Just make sure before you close your hat, you want to use your measuring tape and stretch it to where it meets up at the size that you're looking for. So I went to add that extra row here, and I'll end up at the bottom of the hat. Okay, we did that extra row. I'm at the bottom and we are ready to close it. So whether you're at the top or the bottom, wherever you end up, it's the same pattern to close. So I'm just gonna fold my hat and flip it over so that way the stitch that I ended with is facing me, like shown. And then we're just gonna close up our hat. So you're gonna insert your hook, chain 1, and we're going to do a single crochet in each stitch, connecting the 2 panels. So you're gonna insert that hook in that last loop like shown, pull up a loop, wrap it around, pull through 2. Now I was working in the back loops only on this side as shown, and then making sure I connect it with that next loop. Pull through, that counts as the loop, and then wrap it around, pull through 2. Inserting that back loop, grab that other loop, wrap it around, pull through, wrap it around, pull through 2. And you'll do the same thing all the way up the hat. Inserting that back loop, grab that loop, pull through those first 2, wrap it around, pull through those last 2. And I'll show you guys just a few more stitches, and you're just going to do the same thing all the way to the top, and I'll meet you guys there. All right, y'all, we gearing up to the finale. I'm at that last stitch where I went that back loop, grab that last loop on the other side, pull through, then I wrapped around and pulled it through completely. Now you'll have to cut your yarn first and pull through, but that's just what I was left over with. And now we have it. This will be the inside of the hat, but even if you choose for it to be the outside, look at that seam. So now we're going to just flip it inside out so that you're able to see the seam. Where it is. Yep, that's the seam, guys. You can't even tell. Oh my gosh. And that's the inside. Okay. So now to close it up, what we're going to do is flip it back inside out. And now we're just going to close the top of the hat. So I have my hat facing me with that seam in the middle. And now you're going to need your tapestry needle And of course the same color yarn to close it, but I ran out of olive green yarn, y'all. But it's still the same thing. Just make sure the yarn you're using matches the color of the hat. So we're going to insert that yarn into that tapestry needle and just line it up so that we can tie a knot at the end. Now I actually double knotted just because I just want extra security and I don't want any mishaps. So now what we're going to do is start right there at that seam, and you're just going to go in and out. Yeah, in and out of each row like shown. And pull that through, testing your knot, making sure it doesn't slip through, everything's good. Okay, so now we're coming back around to that knot, back around to where we initially started. Right. Now you're just going to give it a nice pull, and you may still have a hole or something showing. It may just not be tight enough. So what we're going to do is go back around again. And you can do this any way you want. I just typically try to go in a circle again. So you're just going to go around at the top just like you did before, as best you can. Okay, so we closed up that hole a little bit more. Now I'm just going to go throughout that top of the hat, just sewing it closed, sewing it tightly, going in different directions. Back, front, back. Just getting it as tight as I possibly can so that there's no peaks, no holes, nothing showing. And that top of the hat can be as flat as possible. Once you feel like your hat is good, there's no hole showing, you can't see anything through that hat. If you're looking through it, we can go ahead and finish up, cut and tie. Okay, so what you're going to do to close it is you're going to insert your hook into any stitch of the hat, pull it up, put that through to create a knot like shown. You'll just pull that right through and it'll create a knot. And then I usually do two. Did I do two for the sake of the video? Y'all, I might have only did one. but that's okay. You can choose to do 2. And then you'll just cut the yarn and you'll tie those in. Then we're just going to turn it inside out. And there we have it, y'all. Your finished designer inspired beanie hat. It has knit-like stitches. It's nice and stretchy. You can fold it once, fold it twice, fold it 3 times, depending on how many stitches you originally started with or change you originally started with. And there we have it, y'all. Thanks so much for watching. Comment down any questions below. I'm also going to insert my Instagram, TikTok, email, so you guys can email me. We can chat. You can ask me questions. We could talk. It doesn't even necessarily have to be about this hat. It could be about anything. And yeah, y'all, thanks so much. I keep saying thank you. That's just because I'm so grateful. See y'all next video. Be blessed. Be safe, y'all.